Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Cadillac Escalade V. This model is finished off in vibrant white, and with options, MSRP is just over $177,000. This is the shorter wheelbase, so you do have a few different options to go with depending on the size vehicle that you would like. And you have a lot of nice features for this type of vehicle. So let's start underneath the hood, where this model is powered by the 6.2 liter supercharged V8. This is paired to the 10-speed automatic. It pumps out 682 horsepower, 653 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Top speed is limited to 125 miles an hour. And as far as fuel economy goes for this supercharged SUV, that's going to be around 11 in the city and 17 out on the highway. Well, let's work our way to the exterior styling now, where this has a lot of gloss black accents. You'll notice the massive Cadillac emblem, forward camera, and then the V logos within that grille. There's also parking sensors too. The vertical design for the headlights and the turn signals. There's also a horizontal DRL strip. There's a sensor for distance pacing and Super Cruise, which this model is equipped with. And then this has about 8 inches of ground clearance. So you'll notice the gloss black lower section of the bumper has a good bit of height, and it also has the height adjustable suspension. So you can raise that if needed. Now this also has the optional 24-inch wheels. They're finished off in gloss black. There's the red V calipers too. There's also a black V badge on the door. It's in the lower side skirt there. There's power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal, more gloss black for the window trim and roof racks, and then there's a full moonroof up top. Now with the Escalade V, this does have power side steps, and to activate opening the doors, the door handle is fixed to the body. You'll notice there's ambient lighting, but just pull on the release. You can turn this feature off, of course, but the door will open for you, and of course the side step will deploy. You can also pull on the release handle to have the door close for you from the driver's seat. That makes it very convenient if you have some people entering. You can have the doors open and ready to go. Now in back, you'll notice there's the third brake light within the spoiler, wiper blades up top. There's a massive housing for the LEDs. There's a backup camera, parking sensors. This is equipped to tow 7,200 pounds as well. And let's take a listen to the quad tip dual exhaust, because this has remote start. For a family SUV, that definitely sounds really good, and then you can use that control to shut it off as well. Now there's also 2 adjustments on the key fob, because you can open the glass or the lift gate. You can also use the shortcuts down below too. So if you have some smaller items you quickly need to gain access to the back, you can, and then just push on the Cadillac emblem itself, and that's how you can open up the lift gate. Now, with this being a 3-row SUV, you still have a good bit of space behind the 3rd row. You do get more space with the longer wheelbase if that's what is going to suit you better. You get some storage underneath, and then as you can tell, you have plenty of space with the 3rd row down. Now, you do have some adjustments here. The 3rd row is going to be automatic, so you can use these controls to fold the seat down. If the 2nd row is in the way, like you see right now, you can fold the 2nd row down and then adjust the 3rd row from there. Now, the 2nd row is going to be manual to put back up, but you can quickly adjust the 3rd row as needed. And then up top, you have one control to close the lift gate. Now, as we work our way to the back seating area, this has the AKG audio. There's also some really nice trim accents, window control, lock and unlock, some storage down below. And then with the captain's chairs, if you pull on this release once, you get the seat into this position, pull on it a second time, and that allows you to gain access into the 3rd row, where there's 3 seats back here. You do have an armrest, cup holders, an auxiliary. You have a control to fold the 2nd row out of the way. And at 5'10", I have about 1.5 inches of headroom between the Alcantara headliner. So I could ride around. It's going to be better for smaller kids, of course, but it is practical for a 3-row SUV. And then with the control in front, this is how you can slide the seat forwards and backwards. Now you do have a grab handle to help you enter. You also have the TV screens. And within the screen, you'll notice that you can look at some of this information here. You do have various settings to monitor. You can get into the home screen here and pull up some of this information, so that way you can pair some devices to be able to watch some information, and then you can easily turn the screen off, tap on it to turn it back on. Now you'll notice storage pockets too. You also have heated seats with all the climate adjustments, cup holders that pop out, auxiliaries down below, and then captain's chairs with the armrests there just to make them nice and comfortable. Now, like I mentioned, you can shut that off, so you can open the doors yourself and not use that feature, which is pretty neat either way. There's memory seating adjustments, window controls, side mirror adjustments, more storage down below, and then you get headrests with speakers for these automatic seats. Now, once in the driver's seat, this is how you can go through all the doors, the glove box, lock and unlock. You can also use the brake pedal to close the door. So while you're getting ready, one less thing to worry about. As we start this back up, this has paddle shifters. You'll notice the light indicating the Super Cruise. There's leather for the steering wheel. On the right side, there's tuning, voice commands, Bluetooth, and a shortcut to music. There's volume, and then you have this control to go through the digital gauge cluster. So you have a few individual settings here, just depending on what you would like to see while you're driving. There's also night vision, and that's going to look very similar to the augmented reality system, which of course you would use night vision at night, and you have that additional view if you need to see it. So you have a good bit to scroll through as needed. There's also V mode, which is customizable. So you can go through all of these settings and have that shortcut ready to go. There's the heated steering wheel, your cruise control settings with Super Cruise, and the manual setting to allow you to use the paddle shifters. This also has an automatic steering wheel, so you can go through those adjustments. On this left side, there's a dimmer switch for the gauges, a V badge, trailer braking system, the e-brake, the height adjustment, and this has several driving modes. So you can go through these as needed, of course, depending on how you'd like to drive for the day. You'll also notice one air vent and speaker. There's a head-up display. And then with the rest of the infotainment system, it is a touchscreen system, so you can go through all of this information where you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, shortcut to your trailer system, parking assistance, even some of the ambient lighting. There's a split view, shortcut to your music, navigation and phone. There's a shortcut to the trailering system, and then the release for the glove box. So you do have two of those to activate. Now, if you don't want to use that as a touchscreen system, simply use the shortcuts down below. So really nice, just depending on how you want to use it and the information you'd like to get through. Now with this secondary screen down below, we'll start on the left side. You can get into the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You can also adjust the rears too. This gets massaging seats for driver and passenger, and you can also adjust the position. Now you'll notice the arrows right in the middle. You can get through some more information here, another glove box release. You have some child information, the park assistance, along with your headlights and park assist. You can also get into the climates for both your front and rear passengers, look at where you'd like the air to go. And then we have a few shortcuts here that I've previously showed with some additional shortcuts. You have some more for the parking assistance and then back into the doors. You can get into the headlights, the lane keeping assistance, and then there's a shortcut to the camera system, which will pull up top. So for the front camera, you have a few angles, very similar angles for the rear, including a hitch view, you have a trailering view, and then to pull up that camera system, this is reverse. So towards you and up, towards you and down is drive, parks on the end of the stock, where now you have access to the door controls. There's wireless charging, storage underneath as well. You have cup holders, hazards, auto hold, and then your fan you can turn on and off. You get storage, auxiliaries, and two settings for the fridge and the armrest, which is nice. Now your passenger also gets a screen, so you can go through some of this information here, just depending on what you'd like to view as a passenger. And then up top, you have the digital rear view with a few settings. There's OnStar controls, the sunshade and sunroof. You can control where you'd like the liftgate to open up. You can fold down the rear seats, and you have dome lights too. And then there's a good bit of visibility for this vehicle. Lots of glass. It's a big vehicle, but it's pretty easy to drive. And with it still in V mode from second gear, here we go. With a minor acceleration, we're up to speed, and the shifts are also incredibly smooth. So this is not something that you're even going to feel the shifts. It's very smooth, both on the upshifts and the downshifts. So it does have the built-in rev matching to where you're just going to get up to speed. Now, of course, you can shut that off with the engine sound and not having it in V mode there, but if you're buying the V, I think you want to hear some of those performance characteristics. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Escalade. We have a lot of tech. It's split up very well. So this is incredibly easy to use, even though there is a lot to go through. But if you're looking for all of these tech features, this is a great way to go. And now we can talk about the turning radius again. Since we do not have all-wheel steering, we might have to back up, but honestly, that's impressive for this bigger vehicle. And of course, you can go with a longer wheelbase as well, which might be a little bit different given that it is slightly longer, but it should be nearly identical. And again, it's going to be a very quiet SUV to drive. If you're looking for luxury, you want all of the fine materials and just something that can float down the road. If you take it out of V mode, the exhaust noise goes away. So now it's just nice and peaceful and quiet, and you can enjoy driving this every day, hauling around people, and then just putting a smile on your face if you want to drive it a little bit sporty. So that's going to wrap it up for the 2026 Cadillac Escalade V. Once again, a huge shout out to Randy Marion Cadillac for providing this for me today. Take a look at the website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.